The thing, one of the last things I mentioned, I kind of compared Ben to Giannis, and I'm sure people were probably a little bit in a tizzy and saying, well, you can't compare them two because Giannis is champion. I said, but understanding basketball, if you just take the star status out of it, the situation,
right,
and you look at these two guys as basketball players, very similar in makeup, very similar. We're very similar in makeup. Again, welcome back to Sports Rap Podcast, people, for part 3, the closeout of today's show.
Yes, sir.
So again, you take the star status and the superstar status out of that equation, and you look at both of those guys as basketball players. A lot of similarities as far as skill set, things that they can do on the court for their size. The difference, what I see, is the fact that Giannis is going to shoot. Giannis is not concerned with, if I miss 2 free throws, I may come back and get them 2 right back and maybe get 1 more.
Giannis is not scared at all. Period. If I miss it,
but
I miss it.
The difference also too is their approach to the game.
Right.
Giannis is one of those guys, like we said, is not afraid to shoot.
Right.
But if you look at basketball wise, I'm gonna shoot this 3 if you let me shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it. I may shoot 3 of them. I may not hit none.
Yeah, real quick. Right.
The difference is,
I'm not scared of
now as a defender, now you got to close in a little bit.
Yeah, you know what happens when you do
and
that.
like we said, with my skill set being 6'11",
I'm gonna go right by you.
You can close out. Now I'm going to the basket.
You can dunk it and win.
And I'm going to be aggressive going to the basket.
Right. Yes, he was.
And I'm going to try and dunk on you if I can.
But D, real quick, he's not scared of losing. Okay.
And if I get fouled, I'm not concerned about going to the free throw line and missing.
Right.
Because I know somewhere down the line I'm gonna get them 2 points back.
And I'm gonna get better.
I'm gonna get them 2 points back.
Yeah. I think he's not scared of losing.
On the flip side, like Brian has said several times, it's a scariness, it's a fear factor there, where you see Ben Simmons oftentimes, and again, folks, I'm not dogging him out, so to speak. I'm just
dogging him out. He garbage.
I'm just basically I'm giving you a basketball. I'm giving you a basketball perception because, like I also mentioned, I like the kid. I love his talent, but I need more.
He's complacent.
It's kind of like
it's
kind of like you got a kid.
How about your kids?
It's kind of like you got a kid, and you give a kid
he's good with one
piece of a. You give a kid a piece of a cookie, and then you try to go away from it. That kid ain't going away.
He's used to that cookie.
That kid gonna want more.
Yeah.
He gonna want more.
Yeah.
So
we get him another cookie.
That situation is tough because he's not that typical kid. He doesn't want more. He's again complacent.
He wants that same cookie.
He's fine with, all right, he gave me some
macadamia.
All right, I got it.
He want no chocolate chip.
He wants
oatmeal raisin
to be where he is right now.
Yeah, he's settled.
He's comfortable. Again, complacent with where he is.
He can't be in.
But
you're athlete.
You cannot want to be considered great.
He's good
if you stay there.
He's good. He ain't great.
You've got to get better.
Yeah.
Like we just talked off air. We talked about Mike and Kobe.
Oh,
and I put up the situation.
Everybody
knows it.
Killers.
The situation when they won the 3. Mike had some family issues or whatever. He ended up retiring. And then he didn't have anything else, so to speak. But he knew, well, I can play basketball.
Yeah.
I can go back and do that. And he came back.
Yeah.
And the Bulls didn't win. But because of what he did prior to that, the media got on him. Again, like we said, he might have lost his step. He might not have it anymore.
Please. I know
he took all that in a motivational way
He finds
And
stuff for you.
Ben Simmons is taking would take that kind of talk as
He's a different animal.
negative.
He's a different animal. Mike's
But
a
it
different
wasn't.
animal.
And we saw what happened when Mike came back.
No.
Full training camp,
Swept them.
full preseason. They ended up winning 3 more. So arguably,
8.
I always say they could have won those 2 in between
When he played baseball, they won 8 world
if
titles.
Mike hadn't retired.
8 world titles straight.
I also think about
Mm.
one of the things that Jalen Rose said, and this was a conversation about Jalen Rose and Michael Jordan and
I
LeBron.
love Jalen.
Jalen Rose said that the difference he saw in them and their pedigree, so to speak, was Mike, when he got to the level where he was winning championships, he was stopping people from winning. I mean, ultimately they won 3 straight.
Yeah, Barkley.
He went out, but just still, he won 3 straight,
Utah.
went out, came back and won 3 more.
Mm.
So he was stopping people
Utah twice.
from winning championships.
Seattle. Sean
He said LeBron right now is not stopping people.
Oh, he won team.
You know,
He's
he-
team
but-
up with people.
But no, I'm saying he's not stopping people.
No, he lost the Golden
I
State.
mean,
Yeah.
We saw how LeBron was the best player, the
He
self-proclaimed
lost
best
to Dirk.
player. He played Golden State 4 times.
He stopped him one time.
Dirk beat him.
He
Dirk
only
beat him
stopped him
too.
once.
Yeah, that's it.
He
3-1
only
comeback.
stopped
3-1.
Golden State
Yeah.
once.
They should have lost that too.
So, yeah, if it wasn't for Kyrie, they might have lost that.
Yeah, Draymond Green got suspended. I don't want to talk
If
about
it
that.
wasn't for Kyrie,
Yeah,
Cleveland would have lost that one.
exactly.
You know, people say to me, "No, well, no."
He
I
played
said
for my
LeBron
league.
was the face. He was the superstar. Yeah, he got the trophy, the MVP.
Statistically,
I
he's
said,
the number
but
2 all time.
If you go back,
Oh, that's it.
you go back and
Kyrie
you watch
was
that
balling.
series.
Yeah, he was.
You go back and watch that series.
Yeah.
Watch
Uncle
that
Drew.
game.
Uncle Drew was ball.
If Kyrie don't play,
Uncle Drew was ball.
or Kyrie has a bad game that night,
Yeah.
they
It's
won't
over.
win.
Yeah. Curry should
And
have had
I
another
will
chip.
argue that forever. And all the LeBron fans that say, "Well, no, LeBron," I'm not discrediting what he did.
Yeah. The
But
block.
I
and
know
all
what
that,
I
yeah.
saw.
And like, you get dollar.
I know what I saw.
Yeah, I saw it too.
We also talked about on this show with Baldy, and in comparisons with the Mike and LeBron, which I've since
I'm tired of hearing about that.
relinquished myself from. But we also said that there are a lot of times when LeBron will defer
I seen him do that a
late
lot.
in games
Yeah.
for someone else to shoot.
Yeah.
The greats,
Don't shy away from
the
that.
MJs, the Kobe's,
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird,
Oh, Larry Legend would never do it.
the AIs.
I'd be scared of that
But
guy.
what? I'm taking this
Better
shot.
be skilled.
There was a time
it takes
in a
shot the
huddle.
ball.
when Kobe
Bird was the
said,
white Seth Curry.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
when Kobe said in a
Sudden
huddle,
death. Isaiah called
they
him
were
death.
trying to describe a play.
They called him death.
Kobe just said, "Oh, what's the play? Get the ball to me and get out the way."
Yes, right. MJ the same way. Phil Jackson
Now,
told Steve Kerr.
The difference, the only difference in them
Yeah,
was
what, yeah.
the difference was the coach in there, because if you remember from watching the series on the Bulls and Phil Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Phil didn't talk to Mike. It's funny, but he didn't talk to Mike. He
Right.
talked to Scotty.
Yeah,
Offense and everything ran through Scotty,
right.
but
That ball.
when it came crunch time,
Yeah. 23.
Mike is gonna get his, and we all know it.
Yeah. And he was
And
choking
he
at
was
practice.
quick to say, he was
Yeah.
even willing to say,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna take that shot, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna live with the result,
Yeah. He was
whether I
scared.
make it or miss it." Kobe was the same way.
Yeah, they don't be scared of
So-
like, I'm gonna live with it.
In order for Ben Simmons to revive
Yes,
or
sir.
revitalize his career,
Yes, sir.
he is gonna have to
Yeah, a whole different cat.
he's gonna have to sharpen his craft.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to work on his craft.
Right.
I
It
personally
is-
think it's too late.
It very well
Boston said
is.
the same thing.
And the problem and the issue is
What year is this coming up? 8th?
the problem and the issue is
Ninth?
the fact that
I think
you can talk to a plethora of people.
Mm.
Oh, when he's in practice, he does this. He's in this, he does
They
that.
lying. They lying.
No,
No,
he ain't lying.
they're not lying.
He's not in
Danny
practice.
Green
He practice.
They're
No,
not
Danny
lying.
Green said it. Danny Green said he
But-
would knock him down in practice.
I'm talking about being by yourself in the gym like MJ.
No, it's
Kobe MJ was by
He
himself, dude. That's what I'm
don't
talking about.
have that.
Sorry.
That's why I said he don't have.
That's
that
the great
dedication.
ones, from good to great,
That's
dude.
what I said. He don't have that
Mike and
dedication.
Mike always was in the gym by himself. Like he's just like the only dude. Like I don't want to be with nobody else.
He
Not
doesn't
doing
have it. It's sad to say, like I said, I like the kid.
I'm getting.
I like the things that he can do. He's very talented.
Okay, you make me mad.
But-
man. So,
He, in my opinion, is not going to be.
he's not. He's a different animal.
He's not going to be
he's not that
considered
dude.
one of the greats.
And B got
He's
that.
gonna
He would
be-
have to come back and win a
He's
ring.
going to be one of the really
Prove
good
us wrong. He
ones.
got to prove
Yeah.
us
Rings.
That's
Rings.
the only way.
I want to see Phil.
But not so much just win a ring. He has to be a huge part
Mhm.
in winning a ring.
Rings.
Like he
for me.
can't just go to Golden State per se, and then they end up going to the chip and they win it.
Somebody.
He finna
Our
be
main.
average.
Our main player has to
If
be
you go
injured,
there
He's
and
gotta
average
be-
25.
Right now, that's
and
something.
the main player has to be injured out.
Not so much that he still gotta be.
He got average 25.
Still gotta be.
30 for me.
He's still gotta be a
That
very
main part.
intricate part, a main cog in
Or
whatever.
Clay
machine
out
it
or
is.
something. And
Because
he,
if
Not
Iguodala
even
went
with,
back
not
to
even
Golden
with
State.
them out.
yeah, but
They
that,
can still be there.
yeah,
He's gotta do it. But the issue is,
right.
is there a want?
Like you said, it's over, man.
It's not a want. The
His
want,
desire is not there.
the want is not there, and it's a shame
Mm,
because he's too talented
to not to have that one.
to not,
The effort.
in my opinion, to not want to be great.
Yeah.
Because it could be very easy for him. Like you said, you compare, you look at Giannis. Giannis is great.
You know what? He lost the year before. He said, "No, I'm tired of losing." You
No,
know what they
it's
said?
not even
They
that.
said he said he wants to win again next year.
But it's not
Right,
even
right
that.
after he won the chip, he said, "You know
Like
what?
you
I want to win
said,
next year." again."
it's not even that.
It become
the
a habit.
situation
Yeah.
with the situation with Giannis, and like I said, a lot of things that he mentioned. He said, "Look, it took us 8 years.
Yeah. He want to know
we
it.
kept fighting,
Yeah.
and we finally did it." He said, "This is how you're supposed to do it."
Yeah.
You know, and he caught himself. He said, "Well, I can say I can go to this team." He said, "No, I'm not gonna say it, but this is the way you're supposed to do it."
Stay right there.
And what that means is he had the determination, he had the trust in his teammates, where on moments, Chris Middleton
Oh,
is
he was
getting
balling.
buckets.
He was
I'm
balling.
gonna get buckets. I'm continually get
Yes,
buckets.
he was.
But when I need to get mine,
I'm gonna get mine.
I'm gonna get mine. And
He went to that line all the time.
he
too.
puts in the work.
Yes, he did.
That is the big difference.
I like the Greek freak.
The work being put in
Mm-hmm.
is the difference.
Yeah.
And until that light switch is on for Ben Simmons,
Mhm.
that wire gets crossed in the right way for Ben Simmons, it's not gonna happen.
Dude, it's funny. I end this by saying this, man. We should be sitting here talking about how many championships the Sixers should be having. The dude, if he put the work in, him and Embiid would be one,
Well-
two easy in the league.
Well, part of
I'm not just saying it because you're a Sixers fan. It's
part,
true.
part
Is
of
that
the
right?
problem. Part of
He's
that problem.
so dangerous,
The year
man.
that Toronto won.
You don't
We
think so,
should've
Dick? If he put the
Yeah.
time in,
That was the year when on brand when we made the trade.
but I'm
for
saying
Jimmy
if he
Butler
put the
and
time in,
Kawhi.
y'all and him and Embiid would be nasty
We should've
together,
won.
man.
We should have won that. We
That's
should have
right.
been in the championship that year.
Y'all,
I
I
mean,
see them winning 3 world
That
titles.
series came down to that
At least
freaky
3.
ass bounce. And after
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
fact, looking back, you can't be mad at Kawhi because Kawhi took the shot.
Yeah, I seen
But I mean, just basketball wise, he came off of a 6'11" defender
yeah.
and got that shot up over a 7'1",
First of
7'2"
all, he's not no small dude.
defender.
Everybody should know Kawhi's
So,
not a lot of small dude.
But I'm just saying you
Big
can't
hands,
you
yeah.
can't get mad at him for
No,
that shot.
they won. They won that.
They won it.
Yeah, they won that.
Because if he doesn't make that and we go to game 7,
And y'all would have won.
we beat them in game 7.
I think so.
I say that to this day,
I think so.
and I'll say this to the day I die.
Yeah.
We would have beat them in the game 7
Yeah.
and been playing
So
for the
Kawhi
championship.
ended it.
Yeah.
He said, "Look, give me the ball. Get out the
No,
ball."
he didn't end it.
Yeah.
He just happened to be a shooter and got a hell of a shooter's bounce.
Yeah, true.
And the difference is, in the NBA, can't touch the ball while it's on the rim. So Sixers were they were pushed. Some people say you were between a rock and a hard place. At that point, the Sixers were pushed up against that wall
Made my man cry.
because it was
Yeah,
nothing.
Embiid, yeah.
There was nothing that they could do. The ball bounced around the rim. All you could do at that point was just look at it and hope that it doesn't go in and
And
just
then-
by the basketball guys'
Boom,
grace.
boom, hit 3 times.
It
Boom,
went in.
boom, boom.
So
Dion, look at that play. Now that play's a pain in the ass.
that,
Sorry.
I mean,
3 times.
I will look at that
boom,
play.
Boom.
more than I'll look at the play from this year's players.
Oh
Ben
yeah.
Simmons.
Well, I like Kawhi, my favorite player in the league. I hate to say it.
I will look at that
I like
play
Kawhi.
over and over and over again,
Kawhi in it, man.
and look at that play 1,000 times more than I'll look at the play when Ben
Kawhi.
Simmons
Really
gave
your
up that
favorite
dunk.
player?
Yeah, I like cause he quiet. He got a crazy laugh though. He quiet, just go about his business.
Kawhi
I was the Lakers
Kawhi has
for that.
become.
But he didn't want to come to LeBron. See, I like that. He didn't want to go to LeBron. You know why? He wanted to play against him. I respect that more. Even though I would love
The
to
other
have him.
thing,
He is.
the other thing with Kawhi is at this point in his
Word,
career,
word,
and no disrespect, where he's got nagging injuries,
Right,
where he's
right,
going to consistently miss time.
right, right.
He's done.
Low manager, who Kawhi?
So
You think-
it's
nah, I'm
good.
done.
Yeah, he's done.
You know, it's good that he got his rings
I mean, he got 2 rings. He's done.
when he could.
He
but
lock you down.
He's got to that point in his career
Right.
where he's got nagging
How
injuries.
old is he? It's like 31, 32?
Doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
get them nagging injuries with the type
Yeah.
of with the play that they play
I don't think
and the
he's
rate
done,
that they
though,
play
man.
in the
He's done. He
In the-
2
in the
rings.
NBA.
That's war. That's he's 2 championships.
You know,
he's done.
yeah his
Hall of
career.
Fame. Hall
The
of Fame.
nagging injuries are now like to that point where he's going to consistently
The
miss
Embiid
time.
got nagging, but Embiid's younger.
And Embiid consistently misses time.
Oh yeah, he always.
But the only difference is it's different positions. But now Embiid, with this past season, under this new coaching staff,
He's not a man
now
for his minutes.
he's beginning to get to understand that I need to take better care of my body.
And somebody
He
needs
lost
to
Because because with me being hurt and playing the way I did, what would happen if I'm healthy?
He been beat some more.
If he's healthy, you say he averaged close to 30,
Right.
right?
35, 30.
If he stays completely healthy,
35.
you could arguably say
35, 10.
he could be up in that range where James Harden is in like scoring averages, up in that consistent
Like
30-point
Shaq.
range.
Yeah,
He could be. And the advantage that he has as a big man is, again, he can shoot mid-range,
mm-hmm.
he can shoot the 3,
He got a
he can play
handle.
with his back to the
Got a
basket,
handle too.
and he can dribble enough to get his own shot
Get to the
when
cup.
he needs
Yeah.
to.
Into the free throw line.
So he
all
can
the
do it
time.
on all
He always
three
get to the
levels.
line.
And he plays defense, and he
Gets it off.
shoots free throws.
Yeah. Oh, he makes them too.
He can
You
shoot.
figure
He just
somebody
gotta
that
learn how
big.
He gotta learn how to land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always fall.
He's
He,
gotta
I
go
think
to
he's a
college,
big.
class.
Yeah,
gotta
he's
get
like the
better.
big AI. AI always fall. He
Well,
always
AI
fall
was
to.
getting knocked down because he was so little when he was putting in that work.
Yeah.
He gotta learn
Yeah,
how to
Embiid-
land. Go to ballet
he-
class.
he-
Somebody's
he's gotta
gonna
work.
take Embiid to ballet class.
Yeah,
y'all
he
go
always
check
fall.
that shit.
He's got to work on his
Yeah, he
balance.
always fall
Yeah.
down.
He's got to work on his balance, definitely.
Yeah.
But from what he did last year, he's going to be, for the next couple of years, in the MVP conversation.
All the time. Probably the rest of his career.
Consistently. I won't say the rest of his career, but for the next couple of years.
I think so.
The next couple of years,
He
he's
stay
going
healthy.
to be in that. Because the coaching staff now sees truly what they have as far as getting the best out of that talent that they have on that.
Right.
Brett Brown, I thought, was a decent coach. I just felt like he was not the coach to get the Sixers over the hump.
Right.
Because, in my opinion, he didn't utilize his talent correctly.
True.
When you look at the Sixers roster right now, Danny Green would have made a big difference in that Hawk series. If Danny Green could play the whole series,
Oh, he would hit threes.
even with Ben Simmons not doing
Oh, he
anything,
would knock them
we
up
still
threes.
win that series.
Yeah, he would
So
hit
that was a
like-
huge loss.
He's a streaky shooter.
That was a
too.
huge loss for us.
Mhm. Danny Green. And he's
Um,
experienced player.
Yeah,
too.
see,
It's-
but we can't
Very
count
important.
on the bench man.
Right. Right.
Over top of the super.
That's a great
Absolutely.
part. Danny,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Danny Green, he had the
So I'm glad that they were able to come to an agreement and bring Danny Green back. Because that's going to
Oh,
help
he coming
Joe.
back? Okay.
That's going to help Joe.
Of course.
Like Baldy always says,
Tobias Harris is playing.
we need a wing player that can create his own shot.
You like
off
20
the
a
dribble.
night. 15,
Not
20
even
a
so much 20 a night.
Yeah.
You need that player that's going to be able to be that
Space.
threat
The space.
to create his shot off his own dribble.
Space the whole thing.
They're arguably looking at Tyrese Maxey before that.
I love Max.
And-
Who you play for?
Sixers.
Oh,
And you can
okay.
look and see
Oh, you talking about
Tyrese Maxey
Yeah.
has been putting in the work.
Oh, you talking about the brown skin dude? Yeah,
Well,
I like him. Yeah, I like
Tyrese
him.
Maxey,
Yeah.
second year,
How about
first year in
Shake?
the
How about
league.
Shake?
First year in the league.
How about Shake?
Hold on, we get to Shake in a second, but Tyrese Maxey is a perfect
I
example.
like
Maxey
it.
better than Shake.
And you know what I like about him?
Hold on. The
Yeah.
first perfect example, what
He's
we
not
just talked
scared.
about,
He's not scared.
about Ben won't get in the gym. It's
Yeah.
not even about being scared.
Yeah.
He got some playing time as a rookie.
He's good too.
So he knows by being there with veterans Danny Green, being with solid NBA guards as his as far as
Right,
coaching staff,
right.
and Doc Rivers and Sam Cassell.
Sammy.
He knows what he needs to work on.
Oh,
So he's been in the gym working on that.
Right.
Hopefully we'll see some good things tonight from him in the summer league or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
So there's the difference. And the Sixers, like I said, like Baldy always said, they need somebody that can get off the dribble.
Right.
We don't have that right now.
Tobias, y'all gave him all that money.
Tobias got all that money,
Man, he
but
ball- he ball.
Tobias,
He disappeared.
I was
Defense
just about to say that Tobias has the tendency to disappear.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just
No,
period.
in the game, he
He
was
just
there.
has
I like
this-
Shake.
He
I
has
like
a
Shake.
tendency to
Like
disappear.
Shake Milton's good.
The
I like-
I
problem,
like Maxey.
the problem
Yeah,
I
Maxey.
have with Shake stems
offense
from,
and like that.
for me, in my opinion, it stems from Brett Brown's last year here, where you wanted to call yourself being aggressive as far as dealing with Ben, and you started to take the ball out of Ben's hands. And it all goes back to that Boston series in the bubble where you named Shake the starter. In my opinion, I like Shake,
I like
but
him.
right now in his career,
Right.
Shake's not a starter at point guard for you.
We got y'all out.
You see,
Right.
Doc,
Brett Hunt,
Right.
the Boston
you
Celtics.
see the season Shake had this past season,
Right. He ball.
but you see the difference in the coaching style. He wasn't the starter.
Right.
He was the point guard for the second unit, but
Right.
I know you can score, so I need you to do a little bit of that too. I'm not gonna have you worry about setting everybody up.
Mm.
You're gonna play the point guard, but if you see an opening,
Yeah.
then you go, you take it.
Maxey.
That's the
is
difference,
fearless.
and that's where I think made Shake Milton have a better career.
Right.
I mean, a better season.
Right.
So, again, like Brian said, we gave Tobias all that money, and at the time, one of the things I said about that situation after we had him and Jimmy, when we found out that Jimmy was not coming back,
Crazy.
the situation roster-wise and business-wise for the Sixers, because of the season that Tobias had
Right.
to bring him to the Sixers, at the end of that season, you couldn't let both of them get away.
Right.
So, I was okay with keeping Tobias. I wasn't okay with the money.
I would have been okay with the money if he just showed up. If you show
Right.
up,
But that's what I'm saying. That's what made me not okay
Yeah.
with the money.
It was one of them who's gonna, that was gonna
His
keep
moments,
Tobias or Jimmy.
his moments of disappearing was like, I don't know about this money right now. So, and the other bad signing at the time was that Al Horford signing. That wasn't going to work unless Al Horford was coming off the bench.
Right.
Him starting,
You said that too.
him starting with Joel just didn't work.
Didn't work. That didn't work at all.
You see, they played better when he switched them to coming off the bench.
Yeah.
They played better, but the other problem was
They
that
was
money.
together. Yeah.
But their problem was that money.
Right.
That was why they were kind of strapped. That's why they still kind of strapped now, as far as free agency
I
and
think we
things
got
like
him
that.
back. He came back home.
Right.
So yeah, he went back to the Celtics. So it's gonna be a decent season for the Sixers.
Yeah.
The expectations are not gonna be as high as the past
I
season.
don't know how decent it's gonna be. The locker room, with Ben
Right.
Simmons, they're gonna have to
It's
figure
a
that
lot.
out. They're gonna have to figure it out before the
It's
season
a
starts.
lot going on, and
Hope he don't be a cancer. Yeah.
Listen,
I
every
mean-
time you miss a shot,
Yep,
the
the
fans
booze,
gonna
boo.
boo. I'm
They
telling
gonna
you,
kill
On the road too, probably.
Yeah.
On the road.
Even
That's on the
anywhere.
road.
anywhere they're going to kill him.
Y'all gotta start the season off like
Fire.
Yeah.
15 and 0.
Yeah, they gotta start off crazy, or
Gotta
else
be
he
60
gonna
something.
catch it.
Yeah. They doing it now. They ripping
He's
him.
gonna catch it.
They was ripping him
Somebody
since he
so
did- when
good.
He did,
Yeah, young
Absolutely.
player
the ball.
that's so good. It does a lot for y'all, man.
Absolutely, and it's sad. It's
You
sad.
just get in the gym
So,
and go pop, pop,
With
pop.
that being said,
1,000 shots. Pop,
we're gonna
pop,
close
pop.
out today. Formally, I thank Brian, World Guy Squad, 0507.
Yeah, thanks for coming
Creation
through,
Victory
man.
for
Yes, sir.
being in the building.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate also the after the fact the basketball dialogue. Shout out to everybody that tuned in.
Shout
as
out.
always.
Yes, sir.
You know where you can reach me
Right.
at sportsrap_D on Instagram and Twitter. You can check the website sportsrapradio.com, YouTube Sportsrap TV, and this audio will be up tomorrow on Anchor, Google, iHeart, and most of your podcast outlets.
Right.
Frank,
You get Franklin Milligan 2418 on Instagram, and you can also find me on Facebook.
and Brian.
You can find me on World God Squad Apparel on Instagram, Browland Rose on Instagram. You can find me at Pathway Evangelist Church on Frankfurt Avenue.
Check that out.
For services start Sunday 12 noon. You can find us on Zoom at Pathway
Right.
Evangelist Church on Zoom Monday nights and Wednesday nights on Facebook Live. And you can find me with my man Sports Rap
Yes, sir.
anytime.
Okay.
As always, folks,
Come on back, man.
be
We
great
was,
on purpose.
Yup.
Enjoy this Monday. Once
Take a
again,
picture with you.
Sixers kick off their preseason in Vegas tonight,
Okay.
4 p.m. on NBA TV.
Do my pool.
Eagles kick off the preseason Thursday
Yeah.
against the Steelers at 7:30 on
Oh,
NBC
it's
two.
Thursday.
They home or we're away? Where we
They
at?
I
are
gotta put-
here.
Yeah.
Put my pool in for that
The
too.
WNBA also resumes on Thursday with the
Okay.
Sun versus the Storm.
Okay.
And today's MLB schedule: the Reds are at the Indians, the Brewers are at the Cubs, the
Oh,
White Sox
football
are at the
coming.
Twins, Yankees and the Royals, and the Marlins and the Padres.
Yeah.
Folks, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, the video is up if you can get to Facebook Live. If not, anybody that knows Brian that will have copy, he will
Yes, sir.
get this video very, very soon before the end of the week to share with you all. And we'll see you all week on social media and next week right back here in studio. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
See ya.
Drop it down, baby.
Take a picture with y'all then.